Welcome everyone to today's practice. In today's session, we're going to do a traditional Hatha yoga class in the style of Sri T. Krishnamacharya. You may want to look at a couple of previous videos that I've recorded, which talk specifically about some of the aspects of how we breathe during this practice. Another thing just to mention is that as we go through the practice, based on your level of experience, physical capacity, breath capacity, so on and so forth, please don't feel that you need to do everything that I'm doing. Just make sure that you're comfortable within your breath, within your body, and that ultimately the goal of our practice is that we want to try to finish the practice feeling more peaceful physically and mentally than when we started the practice. So with that said, let us begin. So as you'll probably see in a moment, I'm actually sitting on a block. So feel free to sit on a block or some folded blankets, or if you don't have those available, just sit on the ground with crossed legs and just slowly become comfortable. We can turn the backs of the hands onto the thighs, allowing the palms and fingers to be open. And just take a moment to allow your spine to comfortably straighten. So we can just visualize as though the crown of the head is reaching up towards the sky. The chin is retracting back ever so slightly. Shoulders are relaxed. And then slowly allow your eyes to close. And just begin the process of drawing your attention inwards. Slowly giving yourself permission to disconnect from whatever it is you've been doing so far today, letting go of thoughts of things that perhaps you might need to do later, and just seeing if for the duration of our practice today, you can allow your attention to rest inwards on the sensations in the body and the sensations of the breath. So as we sit quietly and become perhaps a little bit more still, balancing the qualities of steadiness and ease, allow your attention to drop inwards and slowly start to connect to the constantly shifting river of sensation that is shifting through your body, moving through your body at this time. Try not to judge the sensations, try not to manufacture the sensations or to push anything away. Allow yourself to slowly become more and more present with the sensations, noticing when the mind wanders away, and just gently drawing our attention back inwards each time we notice a movement, an outward movement of the mind. No matter how subtle the sensation, no matter how much they shift, just see if you can rest your attention there as we slowly bring our attention onto the movement of the breath. Now at this stage, I just invite you to remain with a natural breath, which simply means that we're not trying to do anything at all to the breath. We're simply just going to watch it as it is, perhaps greeting it as we might greet a friend, and slowly begin to notice, to observe, to pay attention to the movements of the breath, the sensations that arise from these movements, perhaps noticing the rhythm, and just slowly paying more and more attention to the breath with each passing moment. Allow everything else to fade into the background of your experience. And then in a moment, we're going to start to take some longer, slower, deeper breaths where we inhale smoothly, we pause at the top of the inhalation, and then we exhale nice and smoothly and pause at the end of the exhale. Again, balancing the breath with steadiness and ease. Let's slowly start to breathe in through the nose allowing the chest, the side of the ribs and the belly to expand, followed by a pause. And then a slow, long exhalation through the nose, softening the chest and gently drawing the belly back towards the spine. Again, followed by a pause at the end of your exhale. Feel free to breathe at your own pace and just slowly explore how smoothly can I breathe in, allowing the front of the body to expand. How gently can I rest in the pause at the top of the inhalation? And then as I breathe out, releasing through the nose, gently drawing the abdomen back towards the spine, nice and smooth, followed by a comfortable pause. Please continue to breathe in this way, perhaps bringing a gentle ocean or ujjayi sound at the throat if that's something that's already within your practice. And just allowing your mind to be covered, to be filled with the experience and sensations of the breath. Continuing to breathe in this way, continuing to let go of all other thoughts, continuing to immerse yourself in the experience of the breath as it is arising in this moment at this time. Long and slow, steady and smooth, gentle, restful pauses. Let's take one or two more breaths in this way. Never allowing the breath to become so long that it causes tension or impinges our ability to breathe smoothly and easily in the following breath. Then at the end of your next exhalation, just allow yourself to return to natural breathing once again, and just observe your breath and observe the inner sensations for the last time before we begin to move. And then slowly keeping the eyes closed, let's bring our hands together at heart center. Gently bow the head. And let us together just set a gentle intention for our practice today. And as we said nearer the start, let us set an intention to create the opportunity to allow our attention to rest inwards for the duration of this practice. Yes, the mind may wander, that is okay, but each time we notice, we gently return to our intention and gently place our attention on our inner experience once again. From here, I invite you to gently release the hands and arms down onto your thighs once again. And very, very slowly and delicately, let's slowly peel open our eyes, fixing the gaze softly ahead of us for a moment or two. And then from here, we're going to stand, come off our blocks or off the ground, and begin the movement portion of our practice. So we're going to come to stand at the top of the mat with the feet slightly apart. We're going to allow our hands to come to heart center in front of the heart space. The backs of the thumbs can rest gently on the sternum, crown of the head reaching up. And on our inhale, we're simultaneously going to interlace our fingers as we breathe in, raise the arms from the front, lift the heels gently off the ground, pause at the top. As we exhale, slowly bringing the heels towards the ground, bringing the palms together and breathing out all the way down until the hands come to heart center and the heels touch the ground. Inhaling, we interlace the fingers, extend the arms forwards and then up as we raise the heels off the ground, pressing the palms skywards, rooting down through the balls of our feet, soft fixed gaze. And slowly as we exhale, the hands pressing against each other, arms coming down, heels coming down towards the ground. Let's do that one more time. This time we're going to stay in the position with our arms and heels raised. So inhale, interlace the fingers, send the arms up high, raise the heels off the ground, steady the gaze. Now in this position, we're going to take a long, slow exhalation, gently allowing the belly to draw back towards the spine, followed by a pause. And remaining here, we're going to inhale into the chest, into the belly, stretching up, pressing the palms, pausing at the top of the inhalation. And then very slowly, as we exhale, bringing the hands down once again to heart center as we slowly release the heels to the ground. Keep the hands at heart center. Close the eyes for a moment. Draw your attention inwards. Reconnect with our intention. And then slowly release the arms down alongside the body. From here, we're going to make our way to the back of the mat. We're going to stand with our feet slightly apart. And then we're going to turn our right foot out to 45 degrees and we're going to step the left foot forward slightly to the left of the mat. So there's a little bit of space in between the legs running widthways across the mat. We're going to bring our hands to heart center and gently ensuring that our hips and shoulders are roughly facing in the direction of the top of the mat. As we inhale, we're slowly going to take our arms up overhead with the palms pressing together, grounding down through both feet and legs. After a pause, as we exhale, we're slowly going to hinge from the hips and fold all the way down. We can place the hands on the ankles, the foot, the ground, or blocks. We're going to pause at the end of our exhale. As we inhale, slowly lifting the arms first, rising up through the spine as we breathe in all the way to the top of the movement and pause. And coming back down as we exhale, drawing the hips back, lengthening through the spine, folding down with control, all on the out breath. Again, bringing the hands comfortably down onto the ground, onto the leg, wherever feels comfortable for you. Remember, you can bend the knees slightly if that's better. As we inhale, slowly, the arms lead the movement, coming all the way up as we breathe in to the top and pause. And again, we start to exhale and slowly we release the torso down towards the ground, breathing out all the way down. Now, once we're down, this time we're going to continue to breathe long and smooth, slow and steady. And what I invite you to focus on is trying to be as stable as you can. So please take blocks if you need them, or bring the hands onto the leg. But most important, try to keep your breath as long and as slow and as steady as you can. Perhaps closing the eyes if it's comfortable here, and just seeing if we can also create a sense of ease in the posture. Now, that may not be the case for all of us. And if you're finding it hard to maintain the position, you can bend the knees slightly, soften the back of the neck, and continue to breathe here maybe one more time. On your next inhalation, slowly lifting the arms first, then engaging the spine as we breathe in all the way to the top. Arms overhead. As we exhale slowly, the arms come down, the hands return to heart center. And very gently we release the arms and we step to the back of the mat once again. Just take a moment to feel the weight through both feet, through both legs before moving to the other side. The transitions are as important as the asanas themselves. So from here, we're now going to turn our left foot out to 45 degrees. We're going to take a step forward slightly to the right of the mat with the right foot. Bring our hands to heart center. Steady the gaze. As we inhale, slowly take the arms up overhead, breathing in all the way to the top of the movement. After a pause, Exhale and slowly start to fold all the way down towards the ground again, taking the support that you need at this time. After a pause, inhale, slowly raise the arms, the spine, the shoulders all the way up, and pause. As we exhale once again, hinging from the hips, folding all the way down with a controlled breath, drawing the abdomen up towards the spine, and pause. Once again, inhaling, raising the arms, straightening up through the body as we pause. Exhale, hinging and folding, melting down towards the extended leg, and again taking the hands wherever feels comfortable. As we breathe here now, staying in the posture, a lateral forward bend, Parshva Uttanasana, and continue to breathe long and slow and smooth in this position. Again, remembering to try to be stable and trying to cultivate a feeling of ease as we continue to breathe here, not forcing the asana, in fact allowing the breath and the deepening of the experience of the breath to take us more fully into the posture. One more breath here. On your inhale, slowly lifting the arms, then the spine, straightening up, pausing at the top. Exhaling, hands coming down to heart center, releasing the arms down to the side, and once again taking a step to the back of the mat. Close the eyes for a moment, soften the breath, again connecting to the inner experience of the breath and the sensations in the body, letting everything else fade into the background of your experience. Let's walk to the top of the mat. We're going to do a few rounds of sun salutations. We'll start by bringing the hands to heart center. As we inhale, slowly raise the arms all the way up, sending the fingers skywards and rooting down with the soles of the feet into the mat. As we exhale, we're going to hinge from the hips, folding all the way down to Uttanasana. You can have a slight bend in the knees if that's more comfortable. As we inhale, we're going to halfway lift the spine, maybe bringing the hands onto the shins, broadening the shoulders, tucking the chin. As we exhale, we're going to fold all the way down once again. The hands can be on the legs or on the ground. On our inhalation, planting the hands, bending the knees, stepping back to plank, nice and steady. As we exhale, lowering halfway down, Chaturanga Dandasana. You can come all the way down if that's more comfortable. As you inhale, straighten the arms, broaden the shoulders, lift the chest, tuck the chin. As you exhale, lifting the hips and sitting bones high, downward facing dog. On your inhalation, take a step forward with your left foot, come up onto the fingertips, lengthen the spine. As we exhale, right foot meets left, forward bend with the knees slightly bent. Inhaling, lengthening the spine, the hands come onto the shins, spine perhaps parallel to the ground. Exhale, fold all the way down. Pause. As you inhale, lifting the arms from the front, perhaps the palms are together, breathing in all the way to the top of the movement. Exhaling, hands come down to heart center. Take a moment here. And again, inhale, send the arms all the way up, lengthen through the body. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, bring the weight into the balls of the feet, lengthen the spine parallel to the ground. Exhale, fold all the way down, Uttanasana. Inhale, step the right foot back, followed by the left to plank. Exhale, lowering down halfway or all the way, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lengthen the arms, tuck the chin, shine the heart space. Exhale, pressing back slowly and smoothly, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step the right foot forward to the top of the mat, come up onto the fingertips. Exhale, step the left foot forward next to right, forward bend with the knees slightly bent. Inhale, lift halfway once again. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, sweep the body and the arms all the way up. Try to breathe into the top of the movement. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more. Inhale to rise. Exhale to hinge and fold. Inhale, sthiti to lengthen. Exhale, melt the torso down, forward bend. Inhale, step the left foot back, followed by the right. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step the left foot forward to the top of the mat. Exhale, right foot meets the left, forward bend. Inhale to halfway lengthen. Exhale to fold all the way down. Inhale to sweep and rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Final one. Inhale, we rise. Pause. Exhale, we fold, hinge, and flow down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, and fold. Inhale, step the right foot back, followed by the left. Exhale, all the way or halfway down. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhaling, stepping the right foot forward. Exhaling, stepping the left foot to the top of the mat. Inhaling, rising halfway. Exhaling, melting all the way down. Inhaling, sweeping and breathing into the top. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Close the eyes. Soften the breath. Release the arms down. Just take a moment here. Connect into your inner experience. Breathe as comfortably as you can. And then slowly, I invite you to open your eyes again. And once again, we're going to head towards the back of the mat. Feet slightly apart. Turn the right foot out to 45 degrees. Again, we're going to step the left foot forward. Hands at heart center. As you inhale, slowly bend the front knee, raise the arms up overhead, Virabhadrasana, straight through the back leg. Exhale, slowly straighten the front leg. Bring the hands down to heart center and pause. Once again, as we inhale, we're bending the front knee, simultaneously sending the arms up, drawing the shoulders back, grounding down through the right heel. Exhale, straighten the front leg, draw the hands down. This time we're going to stay in the posture. So inhale, bend the knee, send the arms up overhead. Breathe in this position. So just fix your gaze softly. Just try to breathe as slowly and as steadily as you can, maintaining what we might call 3 directions of movement. The left knee searching forward, the right leg rooting back and down, the fingertips reaching up. Nice and steady. Continue to breathe here. Continue to focus on the pauses after inhale, the pauses after exhale. Now on your next exhalation, keeping the legs in the same position, slowly sweep the arms down from the side to the back of the body. We can either interlace the hands, hold the wrists, or the elbows. On your inhale, slowly draw the arms away from your body. Lift the heart space. Draw the chest back. As you exhale, 2 options. We're either going to fold down, keeping the front knee bent, placing the chest and torso on the thigh, or we can come inside the leg, tuck the chin towards the chest, coming down into a deeper version of humble warrior. And in this position, we're going to continue to breathe, be as steady as we can, and remember that there's always an option to rest. There's always an option to place the chest on the thigh if that feels more comfortable, even if we've gone more deep into the posture than that physically. And most important of all, we continue to focus our attention inwards. We continue to notice the subtle movement of the breath in and out of the body. And we try to find some ease in the stability, ease in the breath, ease in the mind. On your next inhale, slowly lifting all the way up, keeping the front knee bent, arms extended back. As you exhale, soften the shoulders and the arms. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, overhead once again. Exhale, straighten the front leg and bring the hands back to heart center. Release the hands and arms down. Step to the back of the mat. Feet slightly apart. Perhaps close your eyes for a moment. Just soften. Let go of the previous experience. Arrive back in the moment. If your eyes are closed, you can open them again. We're going to turn the left foot out now to 45 degrees. Step the right foot forward slightly to the right. And once again, we're going to bring our hands to heart center. As we inhale, bend the front knee. Send the arms up overhead. Shine the heart space forward. Pause. As we exhale, slowly straighten the front leg. Bring the hands back down to heart center. Inhale, sending the arms and fingers searching for the sky, bending the front knee. Pause. Exhale, hands come down. Front leg slowly straightens. This time we're going to stay. Inhaling into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. And here we stay with a soft gaze, with a long and steady breath, Not forgetting the back leg, rooting back through the left heel, bending with the front knee so that roughly the knee is stacked over the ankle. Reaching up with the arms, maybe drawing the shoulders back ever so slightly. Continue to breathe here. Continue to be steady. One more breath in this Virabhadrasana position. Then keeping the lower part of the body in the same position, as we exhale, we're going to sweep the arms down from the side as we did on the other leg, interlacing the fingers, the wrists, or holding the elbows. On the inhale, we draw the arms back. We lift the heart space. And then as we exhale, either bringing the torso down on top of the thigh where we can stay, or bringing ourselves inside the right knee and the right thigh, and as far as is comfortable, extending the arms overhead as if we're trying to bring the hands down onto the ground over our heads. But again, doing this within the context of being steady and at ease, focusing calmly on our inner experience, connecting, continuing to connect our attention, our mind, to the flow of the long and steady breath. Try to achieve a unity of experience between mind and breath and body. One more breath in this position. And then on our inhale, keeping the front knee bent, slowly sweeping up. The arms remained extended behind the body. As we exhale, relaxing the arms and the shoulders. Inhale, we return to Virabhadrasana 1, arms overhead, palms together only if it's comfortable. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Straighten the front leg. Release the arms down. And we're going to step to the back of the mat once again. Close the eyes. Soften into your experience in this moment. Just take a moment in silence. From here, we can slowly open our eyes once again. We're going to just step to the middle of the mat. Feet slightly apart. We're going to stay in Uttanasana, forward bend, for a couple of breaths. So again, we can bring the hands to heart center. Inhaling, sending the arms all the way up overhead. After a pause, exhaling and slowly folding all the way down. Now the knees can be slightly bent if that's more comfortable for you, or they can be straight. The aim is not to touch the ground. The aim is just to place the hands wherever feels comfortable, and of course to breathe slow and steady, to take our time in this posture, perhaps bringing the weight into the balls of the feet ever so gently, maybe closing the eyes, and again not trying to work physically deep into the posture, just allowing the breath and the movement of the abdomen to deepen our experience, to notice what happens when we really try to stay connected to the breath and let go of everything else, and notice those inner movements alongside each inhale and each exhale. We're going to come up on the next inhale, so as you breathe in, slowly the arms start the movement. We breathe in all the way to the top, arms overhead, palms together if it's comfortable. Exhale, draw the hands down to heart center. Close the eyes for a moment. We let go we come back to the present moment. We let go, we return to the moment. That is the flow through the practice with the mind. Opening the eyes and releasing the hands down. So this time we're going to turn to face the long edge of the mat, and then we're going to take a wide stance. You may want to use a block or some kind of support, maybe some books stacked on top of each other if you don't have a block. I'm going to practice using a block for this next asana. So we're going to have the feet together, then we're going to take a wide stance, not too wide, but certainly wider than the hips. And then we're going to plant our left heel into the ground and turn our left foot so that it's parallel to the long edge of the mat. We're just going to place the block inside the foot, or if you don't feel you need a block, that's okay too. So getting ready. Facing the long edge of the mat, and slowly as we inhale, sweep the arms up from the side until the arms are parallel to the ground. As we exhale, two options. You're going to bend the left knee. You can either take the outside of the left elbow and place it on top of the left knee and extend the right arm up, or you can bring the left hand down, as I'm going to do, onto the block. Now we're going to stay here and breathe. Now just notice how your breath feels in this Parshvakonasana. And if you feel super comfortable, on an inhalation, you can slowly extend the arm diagonal to the ground and continue to breathe here, gazing up but not turning the neck to the point where it becomes uncomfortable or unsteady. Long and smooth breaths, noticing the movement of the abdomen, keeping the back foot rooted down. And then if your arm is extended, as we exhale, we're going to bring the arm back to a vertical position. And then to come up as we inhale, we're going to look down towards the ground and slowly straighten the front leg, arms out to the side. Exhale, release the arms all the way down. Just take a moment again. No rush between the asanas, no rush in the transitions, really taking our time. So if you're using a block, you may just want to prepare that for the other side. So I'm turning my right foot out now. I'm placing the block inside the right foot. And as we inhale, we're slowly going to raise the arms out to the side until they're roughly parallel to the ground. As we exhale again, option one is to bend the right knee. The right elbow goes on top of the knee and we gaze up, or we take the right hand down to the block or to the ground. And before we go any further, we just check in with our breath here. We notice how stable or not we are. And then maybe if all aligns and we feel comfortable, on an inhalation, we can extend the arm over the ear and continue to breathe here. Remember, if you take this option and you notice that actually your breath is becoming unsteady or short, feel free just to raise the arm again and take the previous option, or even bring your elbow onto the knee. The aim is to keep the breath flowing. The aim is to keep the mind in a balanced, undisturbed state. If your arm is extended, as you exhale, bring the arm back to vertical once again. And as we inhale, we're going to look down to the ground and slowly press ourselves up. Arms out to the side. Exhale and release. We can remove the block if we've been using one and bring the feet back together. And again, just take a moment where you are, perhaps with the eyes closed, just to notice how your body's feeling, just to soften to release, and to return to the present moment. Now from here, we're going to turn to face the top of the mat for Utkatasana. Now, when we practice Utkatasana, it's advisable to start with the feet quite far apart. Classically, it's practiced with the feet together. That's what I'm going to do. But what you may find is if you do this, as you come down, your heels are going to lift up off the ground. We want to keep the heels on the ground. So what's best sometimes is to take the feet apart and even to turn the feet out to the side. Only come down as low as feels comfortable. We're going to come in and out of the posture twice, and then we're going to stay in the posture for a few breaths. So for this one, we're going to interlace our fingers, turn the palms to face down, stand nice and tall. As you inhale, slowly raise the arms all the way up overhead, press the palms towards the sky. As you exhale, slowly bend the knees and sink the hips all the way down. Inhale, slowly coming all the way up, and pause. Exhale, bend the knees and only come down as low as feels comfortable for you, playing around with the position of the feet to ensure your stability and comfort. Inhale, slowly rising once again. Exhale, we're going to breathe out all the way down. And this time, we're going to remain in this position, fixing the gaze, noticing that the breath is going to change here because of the compression to the belly from the thighs. So the breath might get a bit shorter. It might feel more present in the chest than in the belly, and that is okay. Just soften into the needs of this experience. Continue to breathe here in this Utkatasana chair pose. Maybe one more breath. Feel free to come out whenever you need on an inhale. And as we inhale, engaging the thighs and the legs, straightening up through the body. Exhale. Slowly bring the arms down. Close your eyes. Take a moment here. And from here, we're going to come down onto the mat. We're going to lie down on our backs. We're going to bend our knees. And we're just going to relax for a moment with the arms out to the side, palms facing up, the eyes closed, and the chin slightly tucked. Just allow your spine to take the shape of the ground as far as it can. Allow your breath to do what it needs to do, your shoulders to soften. And just take a moment here. Then we're going to bring our arms alongside the body, palms facing down. Now again, classically, we can bring the feet together with the heels, just so we can touch the heels with the tips of our fingers. But if you have any lower back pain or weakness, which I do, we can bring our feet slightly apart to take any pressure off the spine. So we're going to practice Dvipada Pitam. So as we inhale, simultaneously, we're going to raise the hips and slowly raise the arms all the way up and back overhead until they touch the ground, if that's comfortable. And then as we exhale, slowly bringing the hips down towards the ground and releasing the arms alongside the body. We can practice this with the eyes closed too, if it's more comfortable. Inhale, raise the arms all the way up, lift the hips, arms go all the way back. and pause. Exhale. Slowly release down towards the ground as we breathe out, steady and slow. This time we're going to stay. So inhale, raise the hips, raise the arms all the way back. Imagine you're trying to bring the chest towards your chin. Root down through the feet and breathe here. Just see if you can notice the movement of the chest and the belly. With each inhalation and pause and each exhalation and pause. And again, the name of the practice is just seeing if we can be here, promoting steadiness and ease in each and every aspect of the practice, be it the physicality, the body, the breath, and the mind, all play a part in creating the right conditions for our concentration in the asana. Let's maybe take 1 or 2 more breaths here. Feel free to come down on an exhale if you're ready to. Take the compassionate choice for yourself. And then on the exhale, slowly, with control, the hips come down towards the ground, simultaneously moving the arms alongside the body. Take a moment here. And then slowly we're going to just stretch the legs out. And again, just relax for a moment. Really important that between the asanas, we take some rest, allow the breath to recover, so that when we come to the next asana, the breath is stable, the body is stable, and we can really bring ourselves fully into the practice of that asana without fatigue from earlier on in the practice. So we're going to bring our legs together, arms alongside the body. Now again, if you suffer from any lower back pain, as you raise the legs in a moment, you may wish to bend the knees slightly, just to make it less tense and less strained on the lower back. So once again, as we inhale, raise the arms all the way back, overhead, until the backs of the arms and hands touch the ground. Simultaneously, as we exhale, we're going to bring the arms back and raise the legs up off the ground until they're vertical, maybe just drawing the toes down towards the ground. Inhale with control. We take the arms all the way up and we release the legs down onto the ground. After a pause, we exhale and bring the arms back down alongside the body. Slow, steady breath. Again, inhaling, raising the arms all the way up and back until they touch the ground. Now start to exhale, contract belly, and then as you do so, arms come down and the legs raise once again to the vertical position, soles of the feet shining skywards. Inhale, arms going all the way back, legs coming all the way down. Exhale, just the arms, returning gracefully to our starting position. This time we'll stay in the posture for a few breaths. Inhale, starting with the arms up and all the way back, focusing on the breath. Exhale, raising the legs, lowering the arms. We can use the arms as support for the body and just continue to breathe here as best you can, keeping the legs towards straight, maybe drawing the toes down towards the ground if it's comfortable for you. Continue to breathe here, keeping the lower spine connected to the ground, head is on the ground. And then as we inhale, when you get there, simultaneously legs come down, arms go back overhead, And then as you exhale, gently float the arms all the way down to the ground once again. Just rest the legs and the arms, close the eyes. Take a moment here. Then from here, we're going to slowly come to a seated position. The legs are extended towards the top of the mat. And we're just going to bend our left leg so that the sole of the left foot is connected to the inside of the right thigh. We're going to take Janu Shirshasana. So again, lengthening the spine as much as comfortably possible. And inhaling, slowly raising the arms up overhead. Exhaling, folding all the way down. The hands can land on the shins, the ankles, or the foot. The idea is not to force ourselves all the way down. And then inhale, we're just going to come up halfway, lengthen through the spine, maybe tuck the chin. And then exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, all the way up. Pause. Exhale. Folding, exhaling, releasing down. Inhale, halfway lengthen into the sthiti. Exhale, fully fold down, Janu Shirshasana. Inhale, sweep all the way up. And this time we're going to stay. Exhale, slowly fold down. Remember, the hands can even be on the ground, wherever feels comfortable. And again, you can also bend your knee if that feels more comfortable for you too. And we're just going to stay here. We're going to breathe. We're just going to take a moment in this forward bend to continue practicing lengthening the breath, but not at the expense of the stability and ease of the experience. Being really patient when we practice, letting go of the need to rush, and immersing ourselves as much as we can in the practice. On the next inhale, slowly raising the body all the way up. Arms overhead. Exhale. Release the arms down. Slowly release the left leg. Stretch it out. Just give the legs a shake if you feel you need to. And then, of course, we'll take that to the other side. So we bend the right knee. The sole of the right foot presses against the inside of the left thigh. We try to angle our torso towards the extended leg as far as possible. Inhale. Raise the arms up. Exhale. Slowly fold down. Remember, it could feel different on this leg. As you inhale, come up halfway, reaching diagonally forward with the crown of the head. Exhale. Fold all the way down. No forcing. Inhale, slowly, gracefully, all the way up. Exhale, hinge and fold all the way down. Inhale to lengthen and pause. Exhale to fold and deepen with the breath. Inhale, slowly, all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lengthen, tucking the chin. Exhale, fold down, and let's stay again in Janu Sirsasana on this side. Again, just focusing on the breath, not forcing the body to lower, just naturally allowing the breath to take us as deep as is available to us in this moment. A reminder that we may have performed this posture last week and maybe we were able to move physically deeper into it, but this week may be the time of day we're practicing, the body's a bit tighter. It doesn't happen in the same way, and that's okay. We just align with whatever is with us at this time. Maybe one more breath here. On your inhale, slowly sweep the body all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, arms down. Again, we straighten the right leg. Gently shake the legs out if needed. Just moving towards the end of the physical practice. Paschimottanasana, seated forward bend. So we're going to inhale, raise the arms all the way up from the front, and pause. Exhale, slowly folding down. Please do bend the knees if that's more comfortable for you. Inhale slowly, all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Remember, the hands can be on the shins, they can be on the ankles, the feet, the ground, whatever supports your practice comfortably. Inhale to rise. And the final stay as we exhale, fold all the way down. And just rest in this posture. There's no need to work the breath or extend the length of the breath too much. Maybe just soften the breath slightly. Continue to try to keep it longer than it usually might be, but just softening the effort a little bit. Letting the neck be soft, letting the head hang down. Just being present again with the inner sensations and experience of your practice in this moment. And as the inhale comes, with care, we slowly move the body skywards once again, arms overhead. Exhale, release the arms down. So our final asana for today will be a final counter posture. We're going to take the hands behind our body, fingers facing towards the top of the mat. And as we inhale, we're slowly going to straighten the arms, lift the hips, press the toes towards the ground, and drop the head back. As we exhale, slowly lift the head, gently release the sit bones back down onto the ground. We'll just do that twice more. Inhale to rise, lift the chest, the hips, toes moving towards the ground, arms straightening, head back. Exhale with control all the way down. Final time. Inhale to rise up into Purvattanasana. Pause for a moment. Exhale with control and release. And from here, we're going to come back to our seated Sukhasana. Again, I'm going to sit on a block. We're going to cross our legs. In any position that is comfortable for you, we're going to place the backs of our hands on the thighs. We're going to gently lengthen through the spine. Invite you to close your eyes if it's comfortable. To slowly allow your body to become still. Slowly allow your breath to soften without forcing. Just generally allowing the body and the breath to rest. Just see if you can withdraw the effort of breath and only use as much effort as necessary just to keep the body upright, nothing more than that. At this point in the practice, we just want to provide an opportunity for our body and our breath to integrate the asana practice. That is to say that we've moved and we've breathed, and as a result of that, a certain amount of energy has been created. And we just want to allow the space for that energy to flow where it needs to flow, to settle where it needs to settle, to unblock where it needs to unblock. So just see if you can gently keep your attention focused on the inner space in which sensation is arising. Again, doing this in a way that is non-judgmental, that is not expecting a result or an outcome, and simply just from a place of curiosity to come to know this experience more fully and deeply by being present with it and letting go of everything else. Each time you notice a thought arising, will you notice yourself becoming entangled with a particular experience, be it a sensation or a narrative in your mind? Just see if you can gently surrender attachment to that experience and let yourself move a little bit deeper within. Moving a little bit deeper within to the possibility, the potential for the arising of a sense of peacefulness and a sense of mental balance and equanimity. And as I try to often say, even if we don't feel peaceful, even if we don't feel that our mind is balanced in this moment, let us just non-judgmentally hold and observe whatever experience is arising in this moment, practicing acceptance without trying to change a thing. Just a gentle reminder of our intention from the start and early stages of the session that we mentioned, just allowing our attention to rest inwards, just gently creating a samskara, a habit of focusing in one direction and practicing moment by moment releasing from distraction. Let's just sit silently for a moment or two in this way. Okay, let's just come back to the breathing practice that we did right at the start. So bringing our attention gently to the breath. Slow, long inhalation through the nose, expanding the chest and the belly as you breathe in, pausing at the top, and a long, slow, controlled exhalation through the nose, perhaps gently contracting the belly back towards the spine, towards the end of the exhale cycle, followed by a pause. Just continue to breathe at your own pace, longer than you usually would, but also comfortably, not creating tension, not by trying to have a competition with yourself to have a really, really long but unsustainable breath. Just see if you can visualize and feel this breath to be a massage, not just for the body, not just for the nervous system, but also for the mind. The smoother and longer and more subtle the breath, the more the mind may align with that experience, soften into that experience, become one with that experience, completely absorbed. So we breathe long and smooth again with patience, without rushing, as we gradually come to know our breath more and more intimately, more and more fully. Just keep going with this for a couple more breaths, and of course feel free to continue longer than that if you'd like. Maybe making this breath the last one in this way. Before returning once again to natural breath. As we draw this session to a close, I invite you to bring your hands together at heart center, to bow the head ever so slightly. And as we finish, we offer gratitude for being able to share this practice together today. We offer gratitude for the energy in our bodies, the breath in our lungs, and the concentration and the focus in our minds. And finally, we offer gratitude for receiving these ancient teachings. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. So thank you for joining this session today. I hope you found it a good way to start your day, to end your day, or perhaps it's the middle of the day for you now. Please do come back for more videos, for more talks, for more sessions. I'd love it if you could subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the session, and maybe drop some comments or like the video again if you enjoyed the practice. Thank you very much. See you again soon. Bye bye.